guys, Gemma here and back again for another video, and I'm actually super excited to deliver some awesome pickups today that I've been collecting and amassing over the last probably 4 weeks since I've gotten back from Spain, because the last thing I did, I think the last game hunt I did until the one that we dropped Monday was actually in Spain. So this is a load of stuff that I collected last Friday, a couple of weeks ago, some charity shop stuff. And the bulk of where I went to was in Monday's video. Go and check it out in the cards. The thumbnail looks like this, but the bulk of what you're about to see, in fact there's 3 games on the floor I need to pick up. One chap wouldn't let me film, which I totally respect, but I did pick up the bulk of the cartridge based stuff from there. So it's a shame I didn't get a chance to film, but nonetheless I'm showing you guys anyway. So thank you very much for supporting my channel recently. I just want to say we got loads more kind of game hunt. What is going on? Loads more game hunt stuff coming, and there's 2 types of game hunts that I do here on the channel. There's like the ad hoc stuff, which I just film on my phone, which is an iPhone 10, so got really nice 1080p 60 frames per second stuff. But then there's the kind of stuff where I take my GoPro, the DSLR, and things are a lot more professional and That tends to be when I visit retro game stores or go to like markets and things. So I'm just putting that out there, that there's definitely more to come of both kinds of game hunt stuff. But I think you've heard enough rambling for one morning, one day, one evening, whatever time you're watching this. Guys, let's take a look at what I picked up. So, got a nice little pile here of some GBA titles. I'm going to pop them right here. I'm going to start with these 2 actually, because I was playing them yesterday and I got quite a little bit to say, and I took some awesome pictures for Insta, so go and check some stuff out on Insta at TheGEBS24. Now, I managed to pick up Star Wars Flight of the Falcon, which, might I say, one of the strong points about this game is definitely the sound. As soon as you kind of boot it up and get past all the generic Game Boy, Nintendo stuff, you are greeted with just the classic Star Wars sounds. You know, you click into menus and you've got the sound of Chewbacca, you know, when you hit the button. And it was actually a really, really good game, but it did wear on me pretty quickly. Like, I started it, I was like, wow, this is really good. You know, it's fast paced, you know, you move the Millennium Falcon through space and firing really quickly. It's a classic, as classic as what you would expect from a Star Wars shooter. But then it just kind of didn't really change much. I didn't really get far into it, so maybe if I gave it a little bit more time I might like it a little bit better. But I was actually really stoked to pick it up, and it was one I knew I was going to go away with. I'll show you the kind of haul in order, because this is the place where I wasn't allowed to film. Whatever. So Star Wars Flight of the Falcon, if you haven't played this, I recommend you play it, but give it some time actually before you go into it. So make sure you pick it up, you give it some time. Next up then is Cruising Velocity. All these are GBA titles. So I played this, and I wasn't like overly bowled over with this. I thought it would be a little bit like Cruising USA on the N64 or Beetle Adventure Racing, you know, that kind of fluidity with it. But it was actually very wooden. Like, you would turn the car, and rather than there be kind of like smooth movements of turn, it was just like a kind of like a clock, like the second hand ticking on a clock to do the turns. Game hasn't aged very well at all by GBA standards, but nonetheless it is what it is, and it was part of the haul, so I thought I'd pick it up, and I thought I would give it a go. But if you've played any of these, obviously let me know in the comment section below, guys, as we're going through. Now, also picked up Frogger's Adventure Temple of the Frog. Now, Frogger is a classic formula, and it's been lurking around since the Atari days, and I wanted to, there's many versions, as there are with Tetris, many different kinds of iterations of. So I picked this up. Now, it's not bad. It's actually not that bad. Music's really nice on it. Some of the environments, you kind of start off before you hit the river that the river that you need to cross. You know, you're kind of navigating through these little levels where you're just moving around obstacles, picking up little icons that give you additional points, jumping over enemies. You know, there's the colour palette is actually really nice on this. So, you know, it's not too bad. So this was actually quite a nice surprise of the haul, because I'm thinking like Frogger's very generic kind of. But no, the music's really good on it, the sound effects are quite cute on it, and this actually has a lot of character. So if you manage to see this out at a retro game store, on a retro game hunt, definitely don't like walk by, pick it up, it's freaking, it's not bad. It's not bad, guys. It's not bad. Now Defender, now this particular version, for all of mankind, this particular version of Defender wasn't for me. Played it for about half an hour yesterday, and again, I think it's like some of the mechanics, like the turning mechanics, like if you have like ships and enemies, if you're kind of facing towards the right of the screen and then an enemy comes up on you from behind, so from the left, the turn mechanics are so annoying. Like, so annoying. I mean, I get it. I think the overall formula works, but just some of the mechanics for me really bugged out really quickly. So I was a little bit skeptical at playing this for much longer, but I wanted to obviously just put it to you guys and ask if you've played it and ask what some of your thoughts are. So they're the first bunch of little games that we got. We got 4 nice GBA titles. Gonna show you some Dreamcast, got some Super Nintendo behind the camera. I've got 1 Super Nintendo game up there which I need to grab. Got some Dreamcast, some 360 and original Xbox, so do not go anywhere. Okay, so let's go with Super Nintendo. One of them I don't think I've shown you, so I'm going to show it again, but we'll save that one to last. So again, this is from the place that I wasn't allowed to film. So we've got 2 unboxed Super Nintendo games. One is the PageMaster and one is Road Riot 4-Wheel Drive. Now PageMaster was released on the Sega Mega Drive as well, and I actually prefer the Sega Mega Drive collection, which is a bit of a shock given that I'm a Super Nintendo fan, you know, super fan. But I actually preferred it on the Sega Mega Drive. Nice little platformer, nothing overly complex about it, it is what it is. And then Road Riot 4-Wheel Drive, which I've actually never played, and the reason I picked it up is because I don't see it around that often and I've never played it. So it's just a nice opportunity for me to be able to play it. Original software on original hardware, so that is why I picked this up. Now in terms of boxed Super Nintendo games, picked up Race Driving, which is kind of like, there's elements of stunt race effects, obviously without the Super Effects chip, and it's just kind of crazy ass roads, loop-the-loops, crazy jumps. I enjoyed this back in the day. I had an unboxed copy of this back when I was a kid, and this is one of the earlier Super Nintendo games, and I really enjoyed it. And I saw this somewhere, I don't know where it was, a while back, and I missed out on it. And then I saw it at the weekend and I was like, dude, this is fate. Right, I gotta pick this puppy up. So Race Driving, really gnarly box art as well. Classic, over-the-top, 90s cheeseball. It's so cheeseball the way this guy's dressed as well. But yeah, let me know. Race Driving, guys, ton of fun. You manage to see it around, like, get cart through, like, it's pretty cheap. And I'll tell you what I paid for the GBA and the Super Nintendo cart. So this little haul here, because I'm going to show you another Super Nintendo game, but that only cost me 25 quid. Not too bad at all. Now, a couple, 3 weeks ago, I did a, we kind of went around, I think it was Nottingham, a couple of CEX bits in a game. There was 2 CEX places and a cash converters. And I don't, if I've shown this, I apologise, but I bought a boxed copy of Uni Rally because I have the cart. And what I try to do is when I see boxed stuff that I have cartridge of, I'll buy the boxed, I'll sell the cartridge. So I actually have an unboxed copy of Uni Rally. If you want to buy it, DM me on Facebook, just TheGEBS24 on Facebook. It's actually Uni Races, excuse me, over in North America. So, you know, if you're watching this thinking Uni Rally, that, you know, Uni Races in North America. So, let's keep going then. Got this little puppy. I'm going to show you the Dreamcast game. This is Metropolis Street Racer on the Sega Dreamcast. I really stopped liking racing games after the PlayStation 2 era. Anything kind of down from there, because let's face it, we got quite a few racing games here. I really enjoyed, like, I loved Porsche Challenge. I really loved this. I think this is aged really, really well actually. And I think I paid like £3 for this. I'm super stoked with it. But yeah, this was actually, and what reminded me, what urged me to pick this up, was there was a little snippet of it in this month's Retro Gamer magazine. So maybe if you buy that magazine, you'll see the little snippet, and I was like, oh yes. And sometimes that's why I just love reading Retro Gamer, because you just think, yes, of course. So pick that up. I'm going to pop that right on top of the GBA stuff. Now the charity shop bits, got some really decent original Xbox and 360 games. Now this I don't think I'll be able to play anymore. This is Halo 2. This is just a multiplayer map pack. Okay, so probably to be brutally honest, this is probably just going to be a shelf filler. Because I think the artwork looks gnarly and I've never actually seen since launch, since back when the Xbox was in its kind of strongest periods when we were in that generation, I haven't seen this about. I have not seen this about, and I couldn't find many on eBay, so I picked it up for £1 from the Chazza shop. Also picked up Gears of War 2 Game of the Year edition. I have another version of this. I have another version of Gears of War 2. So I picked it up because the collector in me went a little bit crazy. And the beauty, right, I'm going through this yesterday, this stuff hasn't been redeemed yet. I don't know if it'll still be available because it says here, rub gently to reveal your code. I don't know if it will still be available to redeem. Let me know if it is, because I think that's pretty cool. That's actually in really nice condition. Really nice condition. Next up then is Rage. Rage is in a lot of people's minds as it is coming, well, the sequel is coming out later on this year. So I kind of figured I'd pick this up. I used to have it on PlayStation 3. I don't know what happened to it. Looking at the shelves, can't see it. So I picked this up because it is now backwards compatible on Xbox One. And with my Xbox One S hooked up to the 4K TV, thought I'd enjoy some Rage here in the Lady Lounge. And then I've already put this on my Instagram, so I want you to go and check my Instagram because I freaking love these next two games and I'm so fucking excited for the new Metro to come out. Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. I have the Metro Redo on the PlayStation 4, which I believe is both of these, but a slightly smoother versions. But yeah, really, really cool. I actually got back and realised I actually had Last Light, so whatever, so this is just a spare. I'll probably give it to my brother or something. But nonetheless, really cool pickups. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a few bits, actually. Quite a few bits. Pretty happy with that. Didn't spend a massive amount. In fact, in total, spent less than £35 on that haul, which goes to show you don't need to spend hundreds, which is what I'm notorious for, to get a really decent haul of retro games. So I hope wherever you guys go, whether it's charity shops, CEX, or awesome retro game stores, definitely let me know on Twitter and Instagram what you guys pick up. All social media links, by the way, are in the description. Guys, I want to get to 10,000 followers on Insta, so can you help me? Go and give me a follow on Instagram. I will love you forever. But for now, guys, make sure you hit subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Hit that thumbs up and give the video a share. But my name is Gemma. Take care. See you soon.